Wyatt 6's next WWE victim has been revealed. Plus, a WWE star has been pulled from an upcoming match, and is a Ring of Honor champion injured? It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So, Raw GM Adam Pearce seemed to be the initial victim of the Wyatt 6. He had his Twitter hacked very briefly.
I would argue that Chad Gable was, because he was shot in the head.
I mean, there's that. The small matter of Chad Gable being massacred to oblivion. But the newest victim of this spooky new faction has been revealed, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely. On the Pat McAfee show yesterday, there was a sudden halt to proceedings at the end of the show when the host spotted a disturbance on the set, and then we get the thing. I can't do that. You're good at that, aren't you? No, you're not. And a few seconds later, we go to black, and then the show abruptly ends. At the time of recording, Pat hasn't posted on social media or anything since that moment. This has been great, right? Not just because they're integrating the Wyatt 6 stuff into essentially external media. Obviously, Pat is with WWE, but his podcast, his show is away from WWE. But also, the guy that he was interviewing, and apologies if I get the tiny details on this wrong, but he was to do with, I think it was the US Navy, and a lot of people who are unfamiliar with wrestling have gone, oh man, this is a conspiracy. They bought into it properly. They don't know about the Wyatt 6 or anything, so they're all just like, oh god, he was saying too much. The US government have cut the feed. This is so good.
I love when it bends reality like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
I don't think any of those are going to become wrestling fans as a result. I think it just furthers their agenda, whatever.
Yeah.
But for those in the know, this is great and totally unexpected and a really creative thing to do.
I love it so much. This has been a really, really fun week for fans of the Wyatt multiverse. They've landed chapter 1 magnificently, and they continue to push it, as you say, on other mediums as well, like popping up on Pat McAfee's show. Of course, there was a lot of casualties in that Monday night massacre that we saw, and as a result of being massacred by the Wyatt 6, Chad Gable's been pulled from his match on Monday.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I'd at least give him a week off just to recover from the massacre.
Good, yeah. It looked like a pretty serious thing that happened to him. It's something that you don't really see on WWE. Like, we'll see blood from time to time, but it literally did look like an exit wound.
It looked like an exit wound.
I thought it was brilliantly done. What I've loved about this week is the excitement from all of the wrestling fans. Our comment section has been filled with joy, and you can get into the like, oh, what do they do next, and like the booking's difficult, and we've spoken about that as well, but it's always nice when something is just like pretty much universally loved, accepted, enjoyed. I think it's a wonderful tribute to a wonderful man. And I'm excited, cautiously optimistic still, but very, very excited for the future. But they've been spotted elsewhere, haven't they? The Wyatt 6.
Well, after you do a massacre of multiple people on a major live television program, of course you want to go and have a burger. And they did. They went to Whataburger, and we've got a lovely photo with a fan there. And in case unless there's any doubt left in your mind, there's Nikki Cross, there's Bo Dallas, there's Joe Gacy, there's Eric Rowan, and there's a hench-looking Dexter Loomis.
Beardy. I don't like the beard personally. Maybe he's the Wyatt 6. Maybe this is some indie standout.
The lad in the middle's the Wyatt 6.
Yeah,
the
maybe.
One.
Like, it's not Alexa, it's not Bray, it's this fella here. He's got guns, hasn't he?
Yeah, if that's you in the picture, because I couldn't find the name of this fine gentleman, if that's you in the picture, well done on joining the Wyatt 6. I'm excited to see how this shapes up for you.
Yeah, for sure. So that triple threat match that's coming up, Chad Gable has been replaced by Ilya Dragunov in it, which I think is great. It's a good thing that Chad is going to be off TV for a little while. Unexpected, really, because like I don't think anybody expected the Wyatt 6 immediately to target Chad Gable, of all people.
Yeah, they're targeting odd people.
They are, and like it happened at the end with Jay winning and everything. Hey, he stole the Firefly. Surely they're going to go after him. I thought that was quite a nice twist that we cut backstage, and Chad is the guy who's definitely knackered. Another update on this, by the way, was that because everybody was saying, oh, that's Braun Strowman, isn't it? No, Braun's got hair now. But also, people were speculating that it was Gunther. Apparently, oh, did you do that? I'm so sorry, I've thrown you under the bus there.
Nah, do you know what?
I didn't know.
Well and truly deserved to go under the bus for that one.
He does have hair.
Yeah, I'm sorry for not paying attention to Braun Strowman's trivial pursuits on that matter.
But also people saying that it was Gunther. Apparently they got in extras. They weren't like trainee wrestlers or anything like that. They hired people locally. Chad Gable is the one. And I guess now Pat McAfee, and you could say Adam Pearce as well, maybe being targeted. Something's happened there. You'll have to stay tuned. You know what? I didn't think about this, but actually it's a really good sell for Pat's show next time around as well, isn't it? Like, is it going to be all right?
I can't wait to see what he does on Raw. I wonder if on Raw he just doesn't speak. He just white as a sheet and just sits there all night looking terrified. Why have you come into work, Pat? You're clearly not well.
I've seen things, man.
I've seen things. I've seen them with my eyes.
I'm so sorry for the Braun thing.
Oh, mate, don't. Honestly.
I didn't know you had said it.
I'm delighted that people keep me right when I'm wrong.
No, it's important.
Got to be done.
No, for sure.
We are a valuable source of clever good news.
We are.
So we should always be right in all of it.
We're human. We
are human after all.
Barely, but...
I'm a bare human. TNA Slammiversary is on the way. Last night, they set the main event for Slammiversary up nicely.
Moose defending the TNA Championship in a 6-way elimination match. So over the next few weeks, we're going to see qualifying matches. They're going to be taking place to see who Moose's opponents will be. That'll be a banger, won't it?
That's going to be fun. So Josh Alexander has already qualified. He beat Eric Young last night. The other matches coming up include Steve Macklin and Sami Callihan, Nick Nemeth and Rich Swann, Frankie Kazarian and Mike Santana, and Jake Something and Joe Hendry, the man of the hour. I think Joe in there. I've kind of had a little idea in my mind that we put Joe in this match. He doesn't win the belt here, but maybe they save it for further down the line.
I don't know how long his contract is. They should make him champion.
That has to be done.
Legit, like the numbers that Joe is doing, they should just make Joe champion. Because already, because Joe's been so good with all this stuff, and like he's appeared on Chris Van Vliet, right, with a TNA shirt on and everything. All of the press that he's been doing, he hammers home the fact that he is a TNA wrestler. He's putting eyes on their product. Put the belt on him. Seriously, get more eyes on the product that way as well. Like, it gives Joe something even more to shout about on social media. I would do that sooner rather than later. It wouldn't surprise me if Joe picks up the dub here. But Kaz could screw him, couldn't he?
There is that as well. Must admit, I felt like a jealous lover seeing Joe Hendry on Chris Van Vliet's show.
Oh.
Why was he at first? Hey, who fed Gromit in 2019? Yeah. OG's over here. No,
That's Joe's dog, by the way. He's not doing a Wallace and Gromit thing. It's not some weird slang. It's not like, who fed Gromit? It sounds dirty as well, doesn't it?
Sounds like
who sucked you off into it?
Well, sounds like a BBC Sounds crime podcast.
Who fed Gromit?
Who fed Gromit? Coming soon to BBC Sounds. So AEW flavoured news. Now, Buddy Matthews seemingly got injured at Collision on the weekend just gone. A PW insider saying 100% a storyline work. A few people have reached out and said, oh, is Buddy legit injured? Not the case at all. He's out for a bit because he and Rhea Ripley are off to a family event. So they've family event.
I reckon they're getting married.
Do you reckon?
Just a hunch, right? She's off for a bit. Yeah, no, good for them. Good for them for sure. They'll have to, like, they didn't get engaged that long ago. Maybe not. Or, I don't know. I reckon they might post the ring pictures pretty soon, and good for them. Lovely couple. He's a lucky man, and so she's a lucky woman as well. Buddy Matthews. He's jacked, isn't he, and everything.
Two gorgeous people finding each other. What more could you want in life? It's lovely to hear. So he's not injured. He's fine.
It was beautifully executed. I think you've got to give him props for doing it, because the way that he came down with the knees, and like, it really did look legit. Yeah. It was very, very well done. But the fact that they then they cut to backstage and Christian and the patriarchy have battered him. It's like, oh, okay, they couldn't have shot that quick enough, could they? They wouldn't have just, like, he's hurt, right? They're not just going to quickly shoot an angle to write him off when they don't know how severe it is. So I think I was 99% sure it was a work, but it's good to have that confirmation, isn't it?
Now, is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion hurt? That's the question. Last night on ROH on Honor Club, Athena walked out in crutches along with Billy Starks and said that she'd suffered what she thinks is a torn ligament in her her ankle, which means she'll be out of action for 4 to 6 months. However, she refused to relinquish the Ring of Honor Women's title.
So there's a lot of speculation as to whether or not this is a fake injury. After this, Red Velvet and Queen Aminata interrupting her promo, leading to Aminata pushing Billie Starkz into Athena, knocking her down, and then she required medical assistance to get to the back. And surely they wouldn't do that if she was legit hurt, right? I don't know.
There was something in one of her matches a couple of weeks ago where it looked like she might have picked up a stinger of some sort or an injury of some sort. And I thought maybe it's that. I think maybe if she is injured, I don't think it's 4 to 6 months of downtime. The story it potentially could be the fact that she doesn't want to get in there with Red Velvet and Queen Aminata.
I think that's
so
it.
This is a cheeky way around it, and maybe to sort of further a story with her and Billie Starkz potentially. Or it could just be a case that she suffered a minor injury, and this is a way of utilising it to enhance a story rather than sort of do what every major company does when someone gets hurt these days and just rip them the belt and throw it all into the mix again.
Well, if it's 4 to 6 months, probably should relinquish it.
But I don't even think it is.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's 4 to 6 months. I think if it was 4 to 6 months, then maybe it will. But that's one we'll keep an eye on at cultaholic.com. Liverpool coming to see you tonight. Burning Heart Pro Wrestling on their first ever tour. Liverpool Olympia tonight with the likes of TNA star and NXT star Joe Hendry. Sanity's going to be there. The grizzled young veterans on the card. Trent Seven, Leon Slater. A whole host of more joining us tonight in Liverpool, tomorrow in Wolverhampton, and on Sunday in Swansea. I'll be your ring announcer, MC for the evening. Very excited.
Doing all this.
Got my bags packed and made my excuses. Off we go and have a lovely tour.
Enjoy.
Cannot wait.
He's a cheeky
Cheeky boy. If you're on the podcast feed, by the way, if you listen to normally on the Saturdays, the classic SmackDown review, no SmackDown review this week. We're back as normal next week. But as a special treat, you're getting the Cultaholic Classic Nitro review on a Saturday instead, with my boy Sam Driver and I watching every episode of